Hello, I'm Kim Wilson. This is Ryan Ziprick. We have Rhonda Belford, who is our Illinois National Chairwoman. We are here at Republican Day at the State Fair here in Springfield, Illinois. And we are here right now, and we would like to introduce Rhonda to you. And
Rhonda?
Hello, Rhonda. Good to see you.
Yeah, I've been called a whole lot worse. That's okay.
We'll make it fun.
Yeah,
right.
And I like to have a good time. But
All
yeah.
right. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am Rhonda Belford, but that reminds me of an old joke. When I was trying to tape one of my first songs, I also sing and write, and they always said, oh, you want to keep down what you write, and so I was trying to tape one of my songs, and I won't tell you how bad I messed up my own name, but my name is Rhonda Belford. I hail from the very southeastern tip of the state, and I'm your newly elected RNC National Committee woman. I was actually installed the very next day after the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. It was really and it is the honor of my lifetime. I also serve as your Republican County Chairman's Association president. I'm on my second term. I'm the first female to hold that title.
Awesome.
So
Thank
it's
you.
quite an honor, and I'm very pleased to do that. It's all 102 counties in the state. So I have been used to traveling the state and working with all of our county chairmen, our organizations, our legislators, those types of things. So that's nothing new for me, but now we're moving that into a national level. And I had been attending some of the RNC meetings to represent our county chairman and to in the stead of our ILGOP chairperson on different levels. So it's nothing new that I had been able to attend some of those meetings for some time. So I had been making friends for some time at that level. I was pleased to serve as a delegate for President Trump in 2020.
Thank you for that very much.
And this time I was very pleased to serve as an alternate delegate for President Trump. So I'm very used to doing that, and I am a servant leader. I believe that's what we all should be doing, and of course I've been grown up through the ranks of the grassroots for many years.
That's where we all start, right?
Yeah, that's where we all start. So as just a kid at the age of 13, standing out, handing out cards for different candidates to help them get elected, and I believe that's what we are charged to do. And all politics, in my opinion, is local. Mm-hmm. So, and it's so important, and I think people are reaching out now saying, hey, I think that's why you're seeing so many new people now, because they want to get involved, because they can no longer sit on the sidelines. They know how important it is for their families. They're seeing what's going on around them, and they want to get involved because they're seeing what's happening in their schools. They're seeing what's happening, in the grocery lines. It's getting hard to even feed their families, and the high taxes and the crime rates and those types of things. So I think that's why you're seeing people no longer, especially that are getting out and running for offices that never did before, small business owners. It's not the politicians that you're seeing that are lifelong so-called establishment or things like that. And of course, I don't like the term rhinos, because we're seeing people that are Democrats or no longer Democrats coming over because the Democrat Party has left them, and so to speak. And I hail from, like I said, the very southeastern tip of the state. It took a long time. 8-10 years before the southern part of the state really became red. And it's pretty ruby red, and it's moving on up. So I know the northern part of the state can really take a lesson from that. It's not going to happen overnight, but those folks are seeing, and I've been here at the fair talking to people from the Chicagoland area, and I hear a lot of remnants of hope, and what we're seeing now. In the Chicago and the suburban areas that had folks had moved out, and they had kind of changed DuPage and some of those areas and turned them more blue or more purple. But we're starting to see things change in the Cook County area, and it's not going to happen overnight. We can't expect it to. But we have a hope, and that's one of my goals as a National Committee woman, and what we've been working on with the County Chairman's Association, now going on my second term. We meet very often, providing educational resources, through Zoom and physically. We had a conjoined meeting this morning. The chairmen are getting engaged. We've got a lot of new chairmen. We've got some chairmen who've been there a long time, but by and large, a lot of them are new. They're hungry for information that they can take back to their constituents.
And that's one of the biggest things. We have a new chairman in Morgan County, Chris Ginder.
There you go.
New Republican chairman.
I'm the vice chair.
And vice chair, also Kim Wilson.
Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Also, and as your role as national committee woman for
Yeah.
Illinois,
Yeah.
you have a lot of roles you cover. You have a lot of tasks you're on top
Yes.
of. You want to give a couple of those out that you're jumping
Well,
on or
one of
working
the
on?
things that working with the RNC, their big thing this time is swamp the vote and protect the vote, because it's so important to get the vote out. And that's one thing that we're working with, and it's in conjunction with the state party. The RNC is rolling that out, and we've got an election integrity committee. They have been doing these trainings all up and down the state, and we just had 2 of those trainings that were presented on the 8th and the 12th, right before the state fair here, that folks, our county chairman, that they could Zoom in and have their county organizations tap into to talk about that. That was something that was pushed out by the RNC that we're taking hold of as the state party and as our county organizations to help them not only get poll watchers, to show how important it is to have election judges, to show how important it is to get people registered, to get the vote out, to swamp the vote, and to then protect the vote, to make sure, because we saw what happened not just a short time ago. You can't get complacent and just think that people are going to turn out on their own. You want to make sure you get your friends, your neighbors, make sure they're registered.